Firstly, I just want to say that you are not an anxious person. You weren't born that way. You have an internal state of unrest inside your body that is causing you to feel anxiety. And when we go in and we actually fix that, anxiety goes away altogether. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Iridology episode. And today we're going to talk about anxiety. This is probably one of those things that just about everyone has dealt with at some stage in their life, and some much worse than others. So, what actually causes anxiety? Weak adrenal glands. It really comes down to your adrenal glands and how strong they are. Weak adrenal glands will cause you to feel nervousness, anxiety, panic attacks, and a range of other things. The symptoms of weak adrenal glands are things like pain, inflammation, fluid retention, and swelling. Remember, your adrenal glands produce corticosteroids that are supposed to act as anti-inflammatories. So when they're weak, we're going to feel more pain, we're going to hold on to more inflammation, and we're going to build fluid around that inflammation, which is called edema. When your adrenal glands are weak, you can feel anxiety, which is the hyper state of adrenal stress, or you can feel a hypo state of adrenal stress, like chronic fatigue and tiredness and trouble getting out of bed. Your adrenal glands produce cortisol. It's a steroid that gets us out of bed. It's one of our energy hormones. So anyone who has chronic fatigue has weakened adrenal glands and a low cortisol level. Poor digestion, candida. Your adrenal glands produce neurotransmitters that turn your digestive system on or off. That's that fight or flight nervous system that we get into, which shuts down the digestive system, shuts down the kidneys, shuts down the things that we don't need in that moment so we can fight or so we can flee or whatever it is. They also help with sugar metabolism. So when we can't break down our sugars, that's when we have things like candida, which is that fungus that I talked about. And you can check my other video if you want to have a look at that. We can suffer things like memory loss, kidney damage, which is a big one, which I want to talk about, skin inflammation, which is all to do with that lymphatic system backing up because our kidneys aren't filtering properly. Osteoporosis, again, is that buildup of inflammation and acids that start breaking down bones and causing arthritis, muscle breakdown. Again, these adrenal glands are responsible for, when we're in that fight or flight, breaking down muscle tissue and breaking it down into sugar so we have energy to fight. Cholesterol is another antacid in the body, and when we're not producing the steroids properly from our adrenal glands, we will push up cholesterol production in the liver to actually do that job for us. Fibroids, cysts, tumors, polyps, and many different kinds of cancer are a sign of weak adrenals because they shut down the kidneys, and then the kidneys shut down the body's ability to eliminate waste from that lymphatic system. It's a massive conversation and a really big deal, and I should do a video about that all by itself. If you have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, that top number is actually your adrenal glands. That systolic number should be between about 120 and 130. If it's high, that means your adrenal glands are in a hyper state. That's the anxiety and that nervousness and that hyper energy. If they are low, below 120, a lot of people have about 100 and some below, that's your chronic fatigue and tiredness and brain fog and just can't get out of bed kind of situation. And some people can swing in and out of high and low throughout the day, which is called swinging blood pressure. So when we're looking at the eyes, again, they'll show us the adrenal glands. These are your adrenal glands right here. This is the right eye. And like we said, they sit right on top of the kidneys, which show up right here in the eyes. We can see here some really clear genetic weaknesses in the eyes. And this person would be suffering, and in fact is suffering from a lot of the things that we've listed earlier. Also, you can see in the eyes these stress rings. And these stress rings, again, are a direct link to the adrenal glands and are a sign that this individual is under chronic stress and the adrenal glands are chronically weak. And these would be a sign as well that blood pressure is most likely going to be low. So we can see here all the symptoms we talk about. Digestive system, you can see how lit up the digestive system is, how lit up the brain is. This person should have a blue eye. You can see blue underneath a lot of this, but a lot of this brown and darkness is coming as a sign of a breakdown in the body's ability to eliminate, and now that waste is starting to build up in the body and in the lymphatic system. So the eyes show us these really, really clearly. Again, you can see in the other eye a big genetic weakness in the adrenal glands and a big weakness and darkening in the kidneys. And you can see much clearer how this is a blue eye. So stress rings, adrenal glands, really, really clear when they show up in the eyes. We've got the blood pressure. The body will give us signs that we're suffering from weak adrenal glands. And while anxiety is a big part of what I want to talk about, I think it's really important that you understand that the bigger picture is that when our adrenal glands become weak, these are the sorts of things that we can experience, all the way from pain up to your more life-threatening issues like cancers, fibroids, cysts, increased cholesterol. All of these things are a sign of weak adrenal glands. Weak adrenal glands are at the heart of every single problem that we face to a degree. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys. And like always, drop a comment in the comment section. And if you want to continue this conversation, you can always direct message us as well. We'll be happy to talk to you guys about it. Hope you guys have enjoyed that one and look forward to tuning in with you on the next one. See ya.